Hello, party people. Hello, it's Randy. Well, this is how it happens. So, hi. Welcome into Bargain Bead Box. But before we do that, I put out a tip today on Facebook, and I was like, clean your mat. It'll help you focus, because I'm just a wreck when it comes to focusing. So, okay, I did that, but I had in my hand, this is how it always happens. I had it in my hand. Maybe it's in my pocket. I had a necklace that we just made on morning coffee, and I was going to bring it down here so I could show you the difference because we have a similar design. Oh, here it is. I was going to say, now I can't find it. I found it. Okay. Anyway, here we are. We are going to do Bargain Bead Box project number 4. Project number 4 today. Now that I've kind of got myself together. We need this. This is the magic card. We're back in the basement. It is no longer freezing cold. It's just regular cold. So now we're in the basement. Get my camera together and we will get this show on the road. We are going to do project number 4 today. And so the dealio, you guys, this is not good. This is not starting out very well. Okay, let's try again. The dealio with this is on the morning coffee. I made a similar necklace for one of our unseen and unplanned items. And why does this keep going in there crooked? What is the deal? Anyway, so somebody had requested that I do one of the different variations that I was talking about. So if I could ever get this camera together, I'm going to show you that. I'm trying to get this is the little thing that connects to my tripod. Okay, I think I got it in there now. Okay, we're good to go. We got this. So I'm going to attempt to show you different variations. Now, in this project, we had just said like, oh, here's a little general design. So that's fine. I'm going to show you a little couple of different ways to do it because we have 2 necklaces to do. Anyways, so let's jump down to the mat now that I got my camera together and get this party started. All right, no fear, we made it to the mat. Okay, so this is project number 4, and these are 2 just little cute little general designs of some pendant necklaces. Now, this is the one that we made this morning on the morning coffee, and the reason we made this is that I will be selling these components in our Claim It Live bead sale this coming Monday on the, I don't know what it is, the 20-something-ish. Anyways, this is what it looks like completed, okay? So we're just adding our chain and we're splicing in little bits of beads. We have a pendant on the end. This is the general design of the whole works, okay? So, but when I was making this item this morning, I said, like, there's a bunch of different variations that you can do with this, and it works really well for scrap chain and for also for bead soup, depending on what your situation is. So some people had said, oh, well, since you're going to record similarly today, could you do some of the different variations? So I am going to do that. I'm going to be adding a few things to the box, which I don't normally do, but in case you were wondering, this is the general design of it. So I am going to start out with one just using let's see, we got these 2 options here because this is what we reserved for this project. Let me just get you into the mat. Oh yeah, I got glue on my mat. I forgot about that. I'm gonna probably have to end up replacing this mat anyway. So these are the 2 items the two different necklaces that we had put together for this plan, using the chain from the box, these stars, a few crystals, and this pendant. And then on this side we have a similar situation. We have a pendant, a little bit of chain, some stars, and then in this one we have some of those moonstone. Okay, so I think I will start with this one and make this one like the general way that I decided I wanted to make this necklace. And then with this one, all I'm going to do is I'm going to add, scratch that, flip-flop. I'm going to add more chain to this, scrap chain to this, and use multiple pieces of chain. So this one we'll do second, and this one we're going to do first. The reason I'm doing it that way is because this pendant is metal, so I didn't really want to add extra metal to this one. I want to add extra metal to the stone one. So we're going to start with this one. For the time being, I'm just going to put these guys in here. And these are really super fun and easy to do. And I do sell a lot of them, as I mentioned in the morning coffee, because people seem to really like them. So we're going to probably just make this one pretty simple in the sense of we're going to spend a little more time on this one. So we're going to make this one really simple. So let me go ahead and start out with getting my pendant ready. And I'm just looking for a jump ring here of my lichen. You could really use any kind of jump ring you'd like. You could use an oval, you could use a round. I'm kind of just, this is a 24 karat gold plated stainless steel, so the coloring, I'm kind of just looking for a decent color here. I think I'm going to go that way. While I'm in here, I'm going to grab up a lobster claw clasp. They did provide us with those magnetized clasps, but I'm going to use a lobster on mine. And I think I will also get another oval jump ring here for the end. I'll just probably leave those out. Okay, so first things first, all we're going to do is we're going to take our jump ring and we're going to put it on our pendant. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Put it on there. Okay. We want to make sure that's going to fit on the chain, which it should. It fits. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I've just put my pendant on and married up the ends to a certain extent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take these components and I'm going to wire wrap them into the chain with, let's see what I got down here. Oh, I'm going to use some Soft Flex 22 gauge gold. Okay. And I'm just going to get a couple of snips of this for the time being. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to make a cut. I'm going to cut pretty close to my pendant. Oh, is this stainless steel chain? I can't remember. I think it is, so I'm going to use my other cutter here. Yeah. So now I have this break in my chain right here. And you could arrange these any way you want. You could go stars and like this. I'll probably go like this. The only thing is you probably would want your stars to be texture side up, both of them, so that they, you know, got their life together. And then we're going to take this. I don't have a round nose. What is happening down here? You guys, did I put it in my travel pack? Oh my, hold on. You know, I was traveling, so I got my travel pack here. Let's see what I got. I need a round nose. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh no, I don't have a round nose in here. I have this guy. What happened? Something has happened. Okay. Well. All right, well. I guess that'll teach me to put things away. I don't know. Can't even find a round nose player. Okay, I guess I'm going to use this one because this is what we got. Okay. So, here we go. I'm going to just create a loop using this guy. And when I take it off there, it should look like this. Okay. Now I will say, that loop is a little large. We'll give her a whirl. I don't like it. Not a fan. Let's try this one. Now I think Rosanna sent me this. I've never used it, but I was always going to, and I guess today is the day. I think it was Rosanna who sent me this guy. Yes, we're gonna try it. I'm feeling like there might be a learning curve with this. Okay. Here we go. Up and around. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Do we got this? Maybe. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Maybe we can go like so. Oh. Learning curve, learning curve. All right, we got this. You guys, this is all because I don't want to go upstairs. All right. All right. Let's see. We can get this. Ooh. All right, well, it's on there. It looks okay. A little pokey. I gotta push that in. All right. So now, this guy. Listen. I never said this was going to be pretty. I just said I was going to be here. All right. Boom. Over the top. Spin it. Okay, put your star on there. Now, I want this star. Okay. We got this. No fear. No rules and no fear. That's how we be going over here at the Thunder Horse Descendant. No rules. and no fear. Do a very good job trimming that up. Got myself all discombobulated. All right. Okay, so as you can see, regardless of the whole tool situation, we are doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. So now we got to take this other piece of wire and we're going to do the same situation here. And bring that around, open that up, connect onto the star. Okay. Two. 3. Woo. Woo. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting it. We're getting it. Let's zoom in. So this is what we're getting. Okay. Just connect it onto the star. Okay. And I'm going to do another bead. Same situation with this guy. Over the top. It's a little bit too close, I think. And get that guy open. Then we're going to put on the other star. Now this is where we got to make sure we get this star on the right way, because we want them to both be face up here. And is that what we got? That is what we got. Good thing I was busy practicing being left-handed this morning on accident. Okay, so what do we got? Everything here is pretty sparkly, so it's kind of hard to show. But we are doing it. We are doing it. There's what it looks like on the mat. Get some of this other business out of the way so it can focus. So yeah, we got one more bead to put on. A little more smidge of wire here. Is this one of these fancy guys that's got a cutter on it? Let's try that. No. Does not work. Does not work. Alright, one more bead. And I will say that this little plier ain't too bad. It's heavy. it's heavy on my hand. I think if I used it a lot, I might have a little smidgy of a problem. But I get the gist here. We're trying to like conserve space so we don't have to keep switching tools. You know, that kind of thing. I'm not mad at it. So I guess this is a Bargain Bead Box / try new tools episode. Alright. And last bead. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on this other smidge of chain to the other end. Just like nothing ever happened. Just like we never spliced into this sucker. It's just always been that way. Ooh. Don't quite have hold of it all the way there. That tail in there. Alrighty, there we are. Okay, so now, since you've spliced into the necklace and given extra length, right? Get this out of the way. And zoom out a little bit. So we've spliced in, we've given it extra length, so it's not going to be the same on the end over here. Right? When we hold it up, it's not going to hang correctly because there's going to be extra. So now what you need to decipher is, what you're going to do is you're going to pull your pendant down to where you would like it to hang. Okay, is it always going to hang there? No. But you're going to pull it down to where you want it to hang. So I'm going to say like, about like that. Then you're going to marry up your ends. Okay, and they might be, like I've got a bunch of extra on this one side. Show you. There's all my extra. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, where I got it where I want it, I'm going to get my tape measure out. And I'm going to measure the whole thing. Okay, starting with the chain right here. And yeah, so I got 20 inches, which is what I want. So it worked out pretty good. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this down a little bit. I'm going to come in here with my cutter and I'm going to cut it even. So I probably will end up with about 20, you know, depends on where you want to go with it. But I want about 20 inches, including my lobster claw. So I pulled a couple of links off of that. So now, all we got to do is put on our end findings. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now you could use an extender chain if you wanted to. I'm not going to, just because I don't think my extender chains that I have are going to match this color. I need one more jump ring. But let's say that having an extender chain was really important to you. Here's a thing you could do. You could take this little snippet of chain that you snipped off. And let's give it a couple of more snips here. Really short, guys. Maybe a couple of links. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay, so now you're going to take your oval jump ring, and in essence you're going to turn this into an extender chain with optional sizes. You're going to add one here. Add one here. Add one to the very end. Okay, so now you have a necklace, originally 20 inches, with 3 additional different sizes. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So here's what it looks like. You can hardly even see, I'm trying to get the camera to focus. You can hardly even see, but basically you've used your own chain, the same chain you've been using, to make an extender tail. So when you ended this, you would hook it here into the first one. Oops. You hook it here into the first one, right? Or into the second, or into the third. Okay, so when I hung it up, say I was going to sell it, what I would do is to display it or whatever, I would probably hook in here to the first one, just so people know that this one here is additional, just extra chain. Okay, so let me show you these two that are basically the same design. Here's this guy. I gotta zoom out. Okay, there's this guy. And then here's this one, the one I made this morning. So they're basically the same design-esque, but different variations. So with this one, obviously, I added little charm findings, links, what have you, and only on this side to give the chain a little something extra, right? This one I added more beads throughout it, and I made this pendant available to move as the necklace moves. This one is the same as the necklace moves. It can move, but it'll only move to one side, right? It's not going to go past these little stars or beads over here. But yeah, so there's two of basically the same design, just with a little different variation. Now we're going to do a third one. Now on the third one, we're going to do, this one is probably the simplest. This one I would say is the second simplest, adding more beads. Now we're going to go ahead and make a third and add more chain, right? So that's these guys, although both are very cute. I like them both a lot. Okay, so we'll put those to the side. We'll probably take a look at them at the end again with everything. So now we're on to the third batch. Now for this, we need additional chain. Okay, so I think you know, you could also do this a bunch of different ways as well. You could add different color chain. You could add the same chain, double up on the same chain. You could add different color gold. You could add you could do multi-color chains, like a whole bunch of things. You could even add beading as like a beaded portion, right? But I think for the purpose of this, we are going to use a different color so that you can see. So I am going to grab up let me see, I've got a little bit of scrap here. Well, here's some with some beads on it. This is bronze. gunmetal. Gold and bronze. Okay, this box says gold and bronze. I guess we're going to see what we're going to get. I was hoping we were going to get more bronze because this is all mostly gold, and that's not what I wanted. But, you know, things and stuff. That's pretty big. What is this? I don't know. I want to be able to show on camera the difference. So I think I'm going to go with a different color. I was hoping this would have bronze in it, but let's just go with this one to make it easier. Alright, so in here, this is like a gunmetal silver box. And acrylic chain, I guess. Anyway, so in here we've got some different scrap pieces. Okay, and that's what we want. We've even got a little bit with a little bit of beads on. You know, we don't want to be getting too crazy. Okay, now I think this might be too big for what we're going for, so I'm gonna put that back. This one we can use. This little scrap piece we could probably use. I think these two are the same. There's a little scrappy piece we could probably use, and we even have this chain. And this one is a little tiny. You might be able to use that. Little tiny guys. Alright. So, for this part, basically, gold is going to be our main focus, right? Gold is going to be our main focus. Or our main part of our chain. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this out here like it's the necklace, right? We got to get our pendant together and on there. Like so. So let's get ourselves a jump ring. Okay, for this, I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to start cutting it. I'm going to cut it anywhere I want. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Just cutting it wherever I want to. Okay, and if you're worried about that, don't be. That's part of the fun. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to start with this piece. Oh, it has a knot in it. Okay. Come here, you. And where'd my wire go? Here it is. We're going to start with this 22 gauge wire. Okie dokie. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me grab up a little snippet of this as well. Okay. So I'm going to create a link, or create basically an eye pin, and I'm just going to make that right here. Go over the top as we have been doing. Create this just like so. Okay, easy peasy. And I'm going to start stringing chains on. So I'm going to go gold. I'm going to use this little tiny baby one because it's super cute. I'm also going to get a little bit of this black. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, now I'm going to close this up. I have a hold of that very good. And I know in your head you're like, Randy, they're all different sizes. That doesn't matter. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. Okay, so we're starting here and we're going to put on our bead. So these are the beads that we have to put on, and I'm going to put 3 on here. Super cute. Come around like so, and wrap it up. Oh, you guys, I made a mistake. That's fine. I was going to wrap this onto the star, but I forgot when I was wrapping it. So instead of undoing everything that I've just done, I'm just going to attach it with a jump ring. No big deal. Remember not to panic. Are you remembering not to panic? So I got my little jump ring. Connect this onto the star. Want the textured side pointing out. Close that up. No one is the wiser that we've screwed up. They'll just think it's supposed to be that way. So, going with that logic, we're going to go again. We will use another jump ring, because once you're in it, you're in it. We will attach that one to this little star. Make sure they both go in the same direction. Ta-da! Super cute. Okay, now we will remember to attach on our star this time. So we're going to come in here, we're going to make another loop. Another eye pin, technically, right? Over the top. Spin it. There we go. Oh, I have to open it. Open it up. Now we're going to put this on our star. Perfect. So now what has happened is we're going to put this, oh, I guess we have two. I thought we only had one, but whatever. So we got two beads here, so we're going to put those on. I thought there was only one left, but I guess there's two, so we'll use two. Okay. So we'll put those on there. Now, before we close this up, we're going to open it and we're going to put on more chain. So, here's a smidge of chain. Ooh. Here's a little smidge of chain. What we got over here? Got a little smidge of chain over here. So the bigger one. And we got this little tiny one. Get the hearts on it. Okay. Now, close that up. Now, I am using 3 chains. You don't have to. You could use 2 or 8, whatever you want to do there. I'm just going to wrap this. I do find it easy to connect the chain by wrapping it. I do like to do that. Try not to get tangled up. Okay. And then we'll tuck this tail in there. Probably had a little more tail than I needed to there, but okay. Okay. Oh, I knew it. I broke my bead. Too much tail. Okay, so now we have this. Again, don't worry. Remember not to panic. You can redo this if you want, or if you don't want to redo all that work, you just come in here, you get yourself a bead cover. It's a little larger bead cover. I don't know if I need that big a one. Oh, maybe I do. Here, put that on there. You're just going to close up that space like nothing happened. Okay, now the reason that you can do that is because this whole necklace, this whole necklace is made out of scrap pieces. Like, what do you care if you got one bead that don't match? I mean, if you do care, by all means fix it. I don't. Moving on. So, now, here's where we gotta get it together. So if you have these super long pieces of chain, there's a couple of things you could do. You could leave some of these long and bring them up around to the top, right? Or not. You could cut them all short. But now that you've already got them on there, you're going to want to straighten them out. And you're going to give them a little haircut. Okay? So I'm just kind of keeping them even. And I'm going to give them a little haircut. I'm going to go to the other side, do the same thing. These ones might be a little bit more hard to cut because I got this big thick boy in there. He is thick. There we go. Just got to cut him straight on. Okay. There we go. So now that it doesn't look like such a mess, this is what you have thus far. Okay? Easy peasy. So to give it a little shape so that you can really understand where we're going with this, I'm going to put it this way as part of the necklace, right? And I'm going to put my pendant on here. Where's my pendant? I got three pieces of chain here now. So this guy's not going to work. So I'm going to have to use a larger jump ring to get over all 3 pieces of chain. So here we go. Let's see. What do I want to use? At this point, you could really use any color you wanted, but I think I'll just use this big round guy. Perfect. So that's just giving me more to work with. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here like so. Is that too big? Oh, it's kind of big. I don't want it to be able to move over the top of these stars. So I thought that was going to work, but as it turns out, it's a little too big. So now I got to go to a smaller size. Let's see. How about this guy? So this one was probably a 12. This one looks like maybe an 8. Try again. The star should be able to stop this one. There we go. So that's how it's going to look right there. So now what I'm going to do is, I don't have any more stars left, but I do think I have some more beads. Let me take a look in here. What I've got left. Grab up a couple more of these beads here. Okay, so I'm going to take another snippet of 22 and I'm going to come to this side here and put a stopper on this pendant. Basically, this is not my Okay, so before I close that up, I'm now going to kind of get these situated here the way I want them to be. And I'm going to put them on gold. What do we got? Gold, and then the little one. Little heart in black. Like so. I put them on the same way as I put them on the other side. So you could see there's a little bit of, like, you know, this one, these two probably could do away with maybe a link or so. But, I mean, I don't really mind that, so I'm just going to leave it. And I'll close it up. At the very least, you'll be able to see kind of the idea of the necklace. so it doesn't just look like a big old hot mess and make you feel overwhelmed. It's not. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Find a little tiny hole here. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 on this side. You could do 3 if you wanted. I'm not going to. I don't really like them to be the same on each side. So I'm just going to wrap this up here. So what I did last time in order, I did it again, I forgot to put my chain on. Okay. Is when I cut the tail, I didn't cut it short enough, so when I went to push it in, I cracked my bead. So be careful not to do that. There we go. Okay, so here's this portion, and that's basically the focal part. Now, as we move forward, putting this together, you can really do whatever you want. If you wanted to then add just one single piece of chain here, you could do that. I'll show you how to do that. So let's just jump in with our jump ring here, and we'll grab up a snippet of the chain. Let's try this way. Okay. There you go. So now you have one piece. Now you could do the same over here if you wanted to continue with that. So we would just get another jump ring, since, you know, because once we're going with an idea, we're going with it. So I'm just going to get my jump ring. And then I will connect it in here the same way that it is on this other loop. So it is the hearts first, then the big boy chain, then the gold chain. Okay, so it's lined up like so. Now you're going to want to look at it and make sure that it's not too crazy town. Like this one could probably stand to lose a link, but it's fine. I'm not too terribly worried about that, you know. But if it was like a lot and it was hanging way down like, you know, like this, you would probably want to fix it, but for the most part. So now I'm going to close this up. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. I'm going to add a piece of gold chain. And you know what, I want to put a bead on there. I'm going to close this up. Sorry, I want to put a bead on this one. And I'm going to put a bead on there with a little piece of wire. Because I have these beads, I might as well use them up. Okay. I'm just going to come over here, boop, make a little loop. Open it up. Put it onto the jump ring. Close this bad boy up. I still am getting used to this part where I'm trying to hold it with this weird plier. It's a little wonky for me, but I'm working on it. Okay. Oh, make sure this jumper is closing up all the way. Oh. And then I'll put a bead on. No, maybe I'll put on. Yeah, I'll just put one. I was like, oh, I could put some more, but I think I'll just put one. Okay, and then here, create a loop on this side. Before I close it, I'm going to remember to put on my piece of just gold chain, and I think I'll use this piece here. Wrap that up. So this side is basically done. Like, this is probably the, oh, let me zoom you out so you can see what I'm doing. This side is probably the length in which I need it to be, right? It's got a little room to move down here, but this is probably the length I need it to be. So now I just need to fill in from here to here. And, of course, you could do more multi-chains or not. You could do, you know, whatever you really want to do here. I think in this one I'm not going to do more multi-chains. I'm going to actually use this piece, but I am going to add some beads here. Okay, so that's my plan, and that's just excuse me, that is just a design choice. You can do this any kind of way you want to. I just feel like maybe this side will be gold, you know? I don't know. It's kind of the fun part. So, I'm just going to create a link here. And open it up. I will say, I'm kind of liking this little bad boy. The more I use it, I'm like, huh. Interesting. Okay, so I'll put this here. Just gotta get too used to holding it like this. And I believe this is a Euro tool. I'm not exactly sure. Excuse me. Okay, so now I gotta look and see. I got 2 beads here, so I probably could stand to do 3 on this side. Here's a little fun thing. Okay, just as an FYI, if you wanted to, if you wanted to, you could add, if you had a little tiny smidge of chain, like say this little heart piece, and you wanted to add that off to the side like this, you could then hang a little charm on the end of it. I'm going to squish it in between these two beads. You know how we're always looking for that razzle dazzle? We're always looking for that little something extra. We're always looking for that little design element, even if it's very small, that makes something unique and interesting. For this particular situation, this could be it, right? So, then, just going to create a loop here. Now, before I close this loop up, I'm going to remember to put on my gold chain. Oh, I already got this one in my hand, so I'm just going to use it. And wrap that down. You know, and if you didn't want to do a charm, you could have taken this little piece of chain and ran it from one side to the other. You know, connected it here and then connected it on the top. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do for a little razzle dazzle. We love that. We love a little razzle dazzle. Okay. So, Let's see where we're at with this. So if I hold it up to these ends don't match up. But if they did, they would look like this. Okay, I'm going to zoom you out. It's too long. I mean, you could make a long one. It's up to you. It's too long right here. But I'm going to measure it. They're married up at the ends right now. Okay, so there, right at the edge of the mat is 20. Oh, my battery's going to die. Great. So, I'm going to come down 2 lengths, and I'm going to cut it off. If I can. There we go. So that'll give me a little space for my my lobster claw. Okay. So, I might have to switch batteries here. And then I'll put my lobster claw on, and I'll find, while I'm switching the battery, I'll find a little charm or something we want to use for the razzle dazzle. Or you could just use one of the beads. It's up to you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I found this little tiny moon, and I thought it was cute to go with our little stars. It is silver. I'm going to try to use a Tinky Tot if it'll work. If it's small enough to put that on there. This chain is so tiny. Oh, it should fit in there. I don't know if it's just me. Don't know what I'm putting. Well, maybe it's too thick. Alright. Need the little thin jump rings. The thinner jump rings. A little tiny guy. Let's see. I feel like that's too tiny. Let's try this one. There we go. We're in it to win it now. Okay. So, oh, did I put it on backwards? I sure did. I gotta flip my moon around. Okay, how are we doing now? Cute. That's cute. Okay, so now all we gotta do is put on our findings here. Can't remember if I grabbed a lobster or not. Maybe that was on the last one. Excuse me. It's starting to get cold down here. I have to go upstairs and warm up. We're going to do the members only live today at 3 o'clock. So, on Wednesday. I don't know if this video will come out on Wednesday. But I'm recording it on Wednesday. And therefore, on Wednesday at 3 o'clock, we have the members only live where we're going to look at books today and bead designs. Super excited. If you're not aware about our memberships are $9.99 a month. And basically, it's just like people pay money to basically support me and donate to me kind of thing. To keep the channel running and keep me and Shannon, you know, paying our bills. Basically. But you do get perks. You get your videos 24 hours in advance. You get your own special members only live. Special emojis to use. You get a ducky next to your name that lets everybody know that you are a member. Different stuff like that. Okay, I'm just cleaning this up a little smidgy because I'm going to get all 3 of these bad boys out here so we can look at them. Okay, so here is the finished product of this guy. Now, I want you to be able to see the whole thing. There we go. Sorry, today's just been an interesting video day. I'm just like all over the place with everything. Bear with me. Some days are diamonds, you know. Okay. That one is broke. That's broke. Mine's broke. Here it is. Get all these stupid things off here. Okay. Here we are. So this is the finished one that we just did. And this is what it looks like with the multi-chain and the razzle dazzle. I think the razzle dazzle was quite a good option. Super cute, and it's a little moon. It matches the little stars that we use, right? And we got our moonstone in there. I mean, moonstone, razzle dazzle, stars, multi-chain. Like, what more does one person want? So I'm just going to go like this so I can get them all to fit decently. Okay, so there is that guy. Then, today we also made the very simplest one. So this is the most complex. This one is the simplest one that we made. Right? Also, very cute. Then the one I made this morning, kind of the intermediate type. Right? But still cute. So there they are. So we got super complex, medium, simple. And I would argue that depending on the stones you use and the little pendants that you're using or whatever, how much, you know, obviously this one took more time because we had to put little, you know, pieces of chain on it or whatever. But I do sell a lot of these types of necklaces. I really like these. This one myself, I'll probably keep for myself. This one, I will probably put on the website along with this one as well if they don't go into craft show inventory. But this one I'll probably keep for me. It's very cute. I like it. So, there you go. That is our 3. Well, technically we made 2. Here's your original design. Needs clasps. Here's all of your necklaces. Super simple. So, the moral of the story is you can use scrap chain, you could use your leftover bead soup, you could use brand new items, you could use, you know, just an array. You could take this idea and just run with it for days and days. Like, I could probably sit here and make another 3 of these, just like completely different situation, you know, because there's so many variations, but I really do like them. And I did notice that metal, like this type with the mixed metal, is really in right now and is super cute. So anywho, I hope you're all enjoying these videos. If you are, please make sure to like Make a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. When you subscribe, ring the bell. Make sure you turn on all your notifications so you know when I'm posting videos. I do put a lot of time and effort into my videos, and I hope that you guys are enjoying them. Let me know down in the comments which one of these you like the most advanced, the medium, or the simplest one, and or which one you would wear. You know, let me know. All right, you guys, I hope you have a lovely day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.